good.
Loki, season 2, episode 2, Breaking Brad. Loki and Mobius show up in London, 1977, looking for Sylvie, and Loki automatically assumes Sylvie is not there because there's not any chaos. They come upon a movie premiere for Zaniac, and X5 is a star in the movie. As he runs for Mobius and Loki, B-15 pretends to be a fan and gets his TemPad. Bro ends up getting away for a second due to what seems to be controlled time slipping, but Loki ends up working his magic.
So I'm early on. I'm thinking that he got that from Sylvie, right? Like somebody, or he modified it himself, but more likely he got it from Sylvie, which tells me maybe she's experienced the time slipping thing before Loki. Kind of knows what's going on with him, which adds to the mystery we had in episode 1 of did he prune himself or did somebody prune him? Maybe it was the elevator Sylvie that we saw in that timeline.
Turns out X5 pimped out his TemPad, and they want Obi to check it out. Obi is trying to prevent a temporal meltdown from the Loom, so he gives Loki and Morbius a book on what they need to know. Hunter B-15 has Homeboy tell Loki and Mobius that Miss Minutes is helping Renslayer. Also turns out that Bro's TemPad doesn't block any tractors.
I have been wondering what was going on with Miss Minutes. Like she kind of just disappeared. But she's on the side of the ops.
Unfortunately. They go down to meet X5 to get some information on Sylvie's whereabouts and what the TemPad does. Amongst telling Hunter B-15 that she was the one that told everybody that they had a real life, Loki being a villain and always losing in life, and calling Mobius a nobody, Mobius is the one that gets pissed and slaps fire out of Homeboy.
He smacked the hell out of him. That was funny as hell. I thought he was going to punch him. Then he open hand smacked him. I was like, man, what idea was that?
That's more true to both Mobius and Owen Wilson as an actor.
Hey, man, you don't have to say those mean things about me, man. Come on, man. Hey, I'm going to pop you one if you say one more. Hey, man, I told you.
See, the problem with your impression there is that your nose is not crooked enough. Loki asks Mobius if he's curious to see his actual place on the timeline, and Mobius says he doesn't need to concern himself with it. Mobius states that he likes his life in the TVA. Mobius convinces Loki to give X5 another shot because, after all, he is the god of mischief. So
that boy got Stockholm syndrome. Sound like a
that's
slave who wanted
exactly what that is.
That would teach me real good. He give me 3 meals a day. I give a roof over my head, and I get good work to do during the day.
Like you don't know.
Want to live in a new world, free. How am I make money? Where am I live? No, I'ma stay here.
Like you don't want to know what jet skis you're riding in your real life?
No, I don't need nothing about no jet skis. You break your neck, I stay here with the massa.
That's crazy. Obi is messing around with the temporal loom and he messed something up. He's freaking out, thinking everyone's going to die, and he runs to Hunter B-15 and Casey. After Casey asks for an autograph, Obi explains that they need Miss Minutes to override the lock on the containment doors of the temporal loom before it melts down from all the new branches. Mobius concocts a plan to allow Loki to use his villainous ways in order to get X5 to admit to knowing where Sylvie is using a device that he has no idea how to use, seemingly.
He's just kind of like learning as he goes. Or he was pretending to learn as he goes so that he could scare Brad into thinking that he was really going to kill him.
Sure. Yeah. Loki and Mobius and X5 show up in Broxton, Oklahoma to find Sylvie. It seems Sylvie is now working at the McDonald's, and I definitely thought she would be like 600 pounds. After ordering everything on the menu, I thought she was going to be huge.
I'll try everything. First of all, how you go from I'll try everything to being an assistant manager? Ain't nobody tell you to go work there, man. You could have found a better job.
I was like, she's going to be huge. I thought she wouldn't. I didn't even think she was going to be working there. I thought she was going to be at a bench and like it would be on the ground because she's grown so big. But no, she's normal. Homegirl goes on break as her and Loki go through their relationship issues.
I really hate that we're still doing that. Like, to the point where we're actively talking about it in the dialogue, how weird it is that he's basically dating himself. Again, this is the problem with dealing with timelines instead of realities. Like a reality, you can be a completely different person in another reality. But a timeline is you in every iteration of time, right? So it's literally just you. It's not another person. It's not. It is you from another timeline. It is you. You have a you in every timeline that exists. That's the way it's been established, right? Okay. So it doesn't change it just because one of these you happens to be a female. It's still you. Would you find it weird at all if Jordan twins and Gen V tried to have sex with each other somehow?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's what we're doing right now.
Yes. Yep.
And we're trying to write it as some star-crossed lover story. And it's so strange because anybody who's this in love with themselves, we call them a narcissist. Why are we working so hard to make Loki and Sylvie a like a real thing? Which again, I mean, this is something that was long been established from season one. So this is kind of a misnomer rant, but I'm just saying like this is weird. It's not cute, it's not endearing. I don't feel it or connect to it. He loves him. He loves himself so much that he fell in love with another version of him.
Which for Loki, par for the course.
Yeah, but it'd be cool if you were writing it as something funny and not an actual love story. Boom, you get detached to another timeline where you're like a college professor or something like that. And you just completely fall in love with yourself. And that's strange. It's you. Not to mention to like what kind of damage that should do theoretically. What if you have a kid? Are y'all just gonna have another variant of yourselves? But if we were talking about like realities, we wouldn't have to deal with any of this because we would understand that it's a different entity from a completely different universe.
Turns out X5 has been so jumpy this whole time because he knows that timelines are about to get pruned from Docs, the Irish judge,
Hmm.
which her whole tirade seems a bit much, but okay.
I didn't really even understand why she was doing what she was doing. To be honest with you, like it's like a suicide bomb mission to all of the timeline. First of all, you didn't even. Who are you doing this on behalf of? It's almost like I feel like she's in cahoots with Renslayer in minutes. There are probably more than just those few loyalists that we know about to He Who Remains and the original plans for the TVA. So I'm thinking that that's probably what it was. That she's still working with Renslayer in Miss Minutes, and that was an order that came down from the top as opposed to something that she felt like needed to be done for the sake of the TVA. If you believe what was told and you're being a reasonable person, then you understand that you're like murdering people right now. So to be thinking about doing that after the fact, after you already know what's going on, probably kind of leads me to believe that you may have already known in the first place. Like no
Yep.
reaction to it at all.
Loki and Mobius send X5 back to the TVA. They then go find Docs and shut all her shit down, but unfortunately, many of the new timelines that have been created have been pruned, meaning tons of innocent lives are being killed off. Sylvie is upset at the TVA for doing next to nothing, but she apparently still has a McDonald's to go back to work to, so she's going back to Boston. The TVA eventually find a ping on Renslayer's time pad or temp pad.
Yeah, so with the thing with Sylvie going back to her reality, I thought it was very convenient that her shit just didn't get hit,
Right.
especially because that would have been probably one of the first places they went, knowing that she's there. No after credit scene this episode. I guess they were just teasing me for that 1 week.
And this was a
Um,
short episode.
it was a shorter episode. I didn't
Shorter.
feel like we got a whole lot out of this one, except for the we did get to take a peek at how the differences in attitude towards the revelation of the TVA being what it is and what's actually been going on with all of these quote unquote TVA agents or these variant, well, they are the variants, right? They're finding out that they're variants. So you have some people on one end of the spectrum that are so distraught and want to be able to just live and just kind of make up for all the stuff that they lost. You got some people in the middle, like B-15, that understands that all this shit is wrong, but she's not derelict in her duty, which is the odd kind of paradox. It's like none of this shit is real, and we were only doing it for the behest of some crazy man who built all of this, but yet
Yep.
we're still going to fight tooth and nail to defend it, right? Like Mobius, B-15. Why? Here, bro. Like, what are y'all doing? Who are you doing this for? Like, it's not enough for me when Mobius says, "Oh, I just like my life. I like what I." No, that's not. This isn't your life. This was given to you. You didn't choose this. You didn't cultivate it. You didn't earn it. It was given to you. It was assigned to you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you like. You have no fucking clue because you don't have any of your old memories.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
yeah, pretty much where I'm at with episode 2 of Loki season 2. Give us your guys' thoughts in the comment prompt below. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come back every week. We'll be doing reviews of Loki and a lot of other stuff here. Gen V. What do we just get done reviewing?
Power.
Power. And all of the Power shows. We got Invincible coming up here. Did you see the trailer for Invincible season 2?
Is there a new one?
A full length trailer. Full length trailer came out yesterday. Oh boy.
Nope, didn't see it
Oh
yet.
boy. We got something to talk about on Behind the Cape, but that's it.
Absolutely. Make sure you should check out our Loki playlist where we reviewed all of season 1 and we've reviewed episode 1 of season 2. So make sure you check those out. And like you said, make sure you subscribe because we will be doing every episode of Loki.